In December 2018, the North Central Texas Council of Governments 911 program became the North Central Texas Emergency Communications District. The transition to a district allowed NCT 911 to provide more personalized services to the North Texas communities and have more local control over decision-making with a board of elected officials from its region. My name is Jessie Shadowens-James. I'm the Strategic Services Manager for NCT 911. I've been with the Council of Governments for about 11 years and 911 for about 4 years. NCT COG 911 became the North Central Texas Emergency Communication District on December 3rd, 2018. So the original legislation that was passed allowed CAPCOG, that's our capital area COG, to become a 911 district. And so they served as a pilot for this program. And after becoming a district and working through all of the items that would come along with becoming a district, they said that it was successful and they felt like that it was a possibility for other 911 programs to become districts. So at that point, Mr. Eastland, our executive director, worked with other executive directors as well as a handful of legislators to pass legislation that would allow us, areas with a population of less than 1.5 million, to become a district. And the size and scope of this project was beyond what any one person or small group can do. So what we did when we decided to move forward was we created subcommittees. We had a finance subcommittee, a communications subcommittee, and other subgroups that helped us handle all of the tasks that come along with that. And even doing that and meeting regularly and working on it regularly, it took us 2 years to become ready to officially become a district. There were two primary factors that played a role in us deciding to become a district. The first was financial. Currently, our citizens and businesses are charged 50 cents on their phone bills to pay for 911 services. And the way that it's handled now, or before we became a district, is that money would go to the state. And a portion of it was appropriated to the Texas CSEC program. And then they would allocate our portion based on population. The issue with that is the legislature often used those funds to balance their budget. And so we wouldn't receive all of the money that was paid by citizens for the specific purpose of 911 service fees. The other was local control. Whenever the decisions of how things are run and financial decisions are made at the state level, it doesn't always consider what's best for your region and your citizens. And so by becoming a district, we have an elected board made up of elected officials from our region so that we can maintain local control for 911 service here. So when we were part of CSEC, we operated under the biennium model, which meant every 2 years we were allocated funding. And there's issues with that. One was that if we didn't spend the funding within those 2 years, we had to give it back to CSEC. And it also made it very difficult to project out and save for bigger capital items over time. And so now what we're able to do is budget year to year. We're able to project out for larger expenses that are coming in the future, and it really gives us more control over spending our money in the best, most useful way possible. We can better live our motto and values as a district. The additional funding and lack limitations compared to the biennium model allow us to be better stewards of the funding meant for 911 service. We can plan more wisely and better meet the needs of the people we serve with a rapidly changing environment. Once all the resolutions had been submitted, we called our initial board meeting, and every entity that had submitted a resolution had the opportunity to send someone to that initial board meeting. At least 2/3 of those had to be elected representatives. And why that was important is because that was the meeting where we decided several important factors for the board going forward, including the size and makeup of the board and the qualifications of those board. And we decided that we'd have a maximum of 19 members and that they must be an elected official. This is important because that means that your 911 district is governed by elected officials that you as citizens have chosen within our region.